Are you prepared for this little story time? It's disgusting and tragic.
Don't know if I could ever be without you, 'cause boy, you complete me. And in time I know that we'll both see that we're all we need. 'Cause you're the apple to my pie, you're the straw to my berry, you're the smoke to my high, and you're the one I wanna marry. 'Cause you're the one me, I'm you.
Good morning. It isn't even morning anymore. It's already almost 3 o'clock and we've been super lazy today, but we have a really good excuse. So last night after I ended the vlog, something happened. Are you prepared for this little story time? It's disgusting and tragic. Last night after I ended the vlog, I went into Calvin's room. He was already sleeping in his bed. And Zeke always sleeps in his room. He sleeps at the end of Calvin's bed. So I went in there and I was snapping above Calvin's bed to put Zeke up there. Like, that's how he knows to jump up there. And Calvin kind of like started whining and like rolling around and holding his stomach and stuff. And I thought it was just like he was uncomfortable because he's had really bad like growing pains in his legs lately. And I just assumed it was something like that. So I was laying there with him and I was rubbing his legs and stuff. I was kneeling on the floor beside his bed. And he was laying on his back, and I was rubbing his legs, and Zeke was laying at the end of his bed. Out of nowhere, with like the most force I have ever experienced, he pukes all over my face, all over Zeke, and all over his bed, and all over the floor, and I'm like, ugh. But the mom part of me just kind of kicked in, and I didn't even care there was puke on me. I just picked him up and took him to the bathroom because I didn't want him puking on everything else. And I got him cleaned up, and he was like half asleep still, so he didn't even know what was going on. And I could just tell that he was just like so uncomfortable and so confused with what was happening. I was trying to calm him down and get him cleaned up and everything, and then I cleaned up his bed. He ended up laying with me for quite a while. I didn't even go to sleep until like after 3. I was kind of sitting up on my bed and he was like laying in between my legs kind of with his head on my stomach, and he just laid there, and I could tell he would start getting kind of uncomfortable and like tense up a little bit, and then he would relax again and kind of go back to sleep. But it was just not a good night. He did not sleep good at all. I did not sleep good at all. So this morning he ends up coming into our room. He's like, "Mom, my stomach hurts," and turns to like walk out of the bedroom and pukes all over the closet door. I can kind of tell that my stomach is getting like a little bit bubbly, and I'm like, I'm fighting this. This is not gonna happen. I will eat so many saltines. I am not throwing up. You're not gonna get me sick. But we've just been kind of really lazy. Travis went to the hobby shop to take apart that motor that he got. He's gonna finish taking it apart so he can take it down tomorrow and scrap it. But I don't want to really take Calvin out of the house. Calvin is still sleeping on my bed right now, so I'm gonna go lay down with him for a little bit and see if I can't rest with him for a bit, because I just finished up today's video and got it uploaded, so I'm gonna relax. I need a nap. I need my stomach to stop hurting. Blah. I seriously have the sweetest husband. Sometimes. Sometimes he's phenomenal. Sometimes he's just regular human. Great, but sometimes he's just like, I appreciate him so much. Like, I've been laying in bed. Calvin's kind of been running in and out and playing and stuff and watching TV, but oh my gosh, my stomach. I feel so bad for him if this is how he felt last night, because I'm like, I just want to sleep, but I can't. It's 8 o'clock and I have been pretty much laying in here all day. Since I came to lay down with Calvin earlier, I've been laying in here since then, and I don't feel any better. But I had messaged Travis and I was like, saltines and ginger ale. I need saltines and ginger ale. And he's like, "Do you need me to bring you some?" And I was like, well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I have some stale saltines. But a little bit later he texts me and he's like, "I'm on my way, I got you some stuff." And he also grabbed me some Pedialyte too. And I'm hoping we haven't been close enough to him to get him sick. If he does get sick, I will be sure to take care of him the same way. This is not going to be a fun vlog because I'm just dying. so dead. So being yesterday, I pretty much felt like I was on my deathbed, and I didn't do anything really except for lay in bed and eat saltines because I felt like I was going to puke my face off. Probably because Calvin had just puked on my face. So, being this vlog was probably really short before this, and I don't really want to go viral for being like the worst vlogger ever, or having like put out the worst vlog. I'm gonna try to spruce it up a little bit with a quick little weird question Q&A. So the first question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Joe. Just J-O. Not with an E. Mandy.Winkler. Number 2 is, what is your favorite color? Which is kind of a random, odd, stupid question, but my favorite color is green. Like a light green. Not so much like dark green, like my sponge. I like light green. Like this color green. That's my favorite. Number 3 is cats or dogs. I prefer dogs, which is kind of funny because I used to like cats. Cats used to be my favorite, and I didn't really care for dogs that much, but now dogs are my favorite and I don't really care for cats that much. Number 4 is, how many countries have you visited? Currently, I have only visited 2. Obviously, the United States and Asia. We're in Japan. But soon, we're gonna be going to Europe because we're gonna live in Germany. Number 5 is, are you in or have gone to college? Right after high school, I had enrolled into our local community college. I was all set up to start taking classes. I'd even like went to like the first like briefing, whatever, I guess. And they had told us like everything they expected and what books we were gonna need and blah, blah, blah. And then I got a job and started working full time, and I was like, I just went to school for the past 13 years. I would much rather be working right now. So then I just kept working, and then after that I got a different job and got a different job, and then here we are. So I haven't actually gone back to school because I had planned on enlisting, because I don't know what I would want to go to school for. That was kind of what stopped me from going to school, was like, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'd rather be working. And now it's like, I'd rather just figure out what I'm doing with my life before paying to go to school and then not knowing what I want to use it for. Number 7 is, what sports have you played or do you play? I don't play any sports right now, obviously. I used to. From 1st grade to 8th grade, I played basketball. And then from 1st grade to 8th grade, I also played fast pitch or softball. I guess it wasn't fast pitch then, it was just softball. It turned into fast pitch in 9th grade when I'd stopped playing. And also in high school, my freshman year and senior year, I was a cheerleader. And yes, it counts as a sport. I loved cheerleading. It was so much fun, and I honestly really miss it. I had done a cheer the other day that I showed you guys. But more than like the cheering, I miss like the dances, like halftime dances, especially basketball season. Every halftime, or almost every halftime, we would do a halftime dance, and it was my favorite. Like, mastering a dance to a song was just like, it's a really good feeling and you feel really cool. I don't know. I really like doing it though, so yeah. Number 8 is, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? I don't really watch that many people, but I would have to say my number 1 favorite, obviously, is Got Love, because one of my very best friends, McKenna, is the second half to Got Love. So obviously, they're kind of the reason I started vlogging, so I guess they'll always be my favorite, my number 1, because they're the reason I'm doing this. I've told McKenna this, that she is, to me, she is probably like the most beautiful person I've ever met, like inside and out. Like, she's gorgeous, and she just has like the best personality ever, like the kindest heart of anybody you'll ever meet. I feel really fortunate to be friends with her and to be able to watch their lives together because they do YouTube as well. My second favorite would probably be Damo and Chrissy. I don't know if any of you have I don't know if any of you have heard of Damo and Chrissy. Pretty sure they're like 21 and 22 or 20 and 21 or something. They're about to have a baby, and I've kind of been following their journey since before they were a couple. Since it was just Damo, I've been following their journey. So I've been watching them for quite a while now, and I really, really enjoy watching them. They're just fun and lively, and like the love they have for each other, it's just really cute, and I love it. I'm not really into like the huge YouTubers because I'm I don't know, I feel like they already have too many people watching them anyways. But my third would probably be Cult Fiction, who is Blake and Katie, and I had found out about them through McKenna because they stayed with them when they moved to Vegas. I love watching them because they just seem like so genuine and really kind, and like Katie's always trying to be really, really positive and so sweet, and I just really like watching them. But yeah, those are probably my three favorites. But I will put all three of their channels in the description below if you want to check any of them out if you haven't already. If you don't know who they are, they'll be in the description below. I don't know what question I'm on now. I think it's 8. I may have skipped one or I may have doubled one, but I think it's 8. And it's how many boyfriends have you had? I have had, Travis was my one and only boyfriend, and we were pretty much together all through high school and got married. So I've really only ever had one boyfriend. One boyfriend, one husband, one love. Alright, and then number 9, if I did or didn't skip numbers before 8, I don't know, is how many siblings do you have? I have 4 siblings. I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers, and I'm the middle child. There's 5 of us. I'm the middle child, only girl. Yeah, I got screwed. I talk to my oldest brother a lot and the one right under me, but the other 2 I don't really talk to a whole lot. In the memory box video, which is also linked in the description below, I had talked about all of my brothers. I showed pictures of them and everything. Justin is the oldest, then Kyle, then me, then Adam, then Noah. And last but not least, number 10 is, do you have any special talents? No. I guess kind of. In high school I was really good at painting and drawing and art in general. I was really good at art. I'm not as good as a lot of people I know. Like one guy I went to school with, Kenzie Miller, he's phenomenal, and he lives in like New Orleans now, I think, with his mom, and they have like an art studio, and I follow all of his social media because he's always posting pictures of his art, and it's incredible. But that was one thing that I was always really passionate about and always really liked doing, was art. I like painting and drawing. I don't know if I'm like super good at it or if I just like doing it. The other thing I guess I could say that I don't know if I'm good at it, but I do like doing it. So we're not gonna say things I'm good at, my special talents. I'm just gonna say things I like doing that I feel like I have a little bit of talent behind, is YouTube. I really, really like doing YouTube. Like, it has become a passion, honestly. Like, yesterday I was so dead and so sick that I could hardly get out of bed, but I still vlogged because I wanted to. Because I want to put out content every day, keep you guys involved in our lives. Those are probably my things, art and YouTube. That's what I like doing. But Travis is almost home now, so we're gonna get our day started here shortly, and you will see all of today in tomorrow's vlog because it's Monday and not Sunday anymore. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up for me and hit subscribe down below if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see you today, tomorrow-ish time frame. For now, that is that, and we will see you when we see you. Bye!
Lights, camera, action. I've seen you partying with Kill Entertainment Channel. One thing I gotta know, can I